In this podcast, we're going to look at the academic approach with particular emphasis on critical analysis. The teaching and learning approach in universities is often very different to that at school and colleges. Where at school and colleges you might be expected to sit in a classroom and passively receive information, learn that information and regurgitate it through assessments, be it in essays or in exams. In universities it's a very different approach. Universities, the onus is placed on the student themselves to be an active participant in their learning process. So although you will attend lectures, and the lectures will give you a basic understanding of the subject, you're expected to do extra work outside the lecture environment to critically appraise the academic canon of which that module is a part, and begin to think about doing your own academic research. This might be in terms of secondary research, looking at what other people have said and thought about a particular issue. And as you go through your academic career, it'll also be doing primary research, doing your own research on a particular issue, asking your own questions. But crucial in both those aspects of primary and secondary research is to form your own opinions on these subjects, to not simply passively receive knowledge from experts, but engage with those experts, critique those experts, and take a position on that knowledge, take a position and argue a point of view. So university education is not simply about facts and figures and passively receiving knowledge, but actively engaging in the knowledge production process. So at the university level, the onus is far more firmly placed on you as an individual, as an active learner, than it is at school and college. And Knight sums this different academic approach up quite nicely in the following quotation, that you as a student are responsible for your own learning. This is nicely summed up by this short anecdote by Bill Sweetenham, who was the Australian-born but British Olympic swimming coach at the Beijing Olympics. He says, "What I see mostly in society is more people aiming for minimum effort for a maximum return. I think today sport is one of the few areas in life where people are prepared to have a goal and give totally and withhold nothing. Every time an athlete competes, a scoreboard tells them, this is how good you are. How many business people would be prepared to do that?" This sort of attitude is, in the sporting arena, is quite useful, I think, in this academic case. That those students who think that they can get a minimum effort for a maximum return aren't going to get the gold standard in their degree. You have to be prepared to have a goal and totally give yourself totally to that and withhold nothing. And at the end of every assessment, the end of every exam or essay, your mark will say this is how good you are at that particular time. As Knight tells us, what you put into the learning process will have a direct bearing on what you get out of it. And hopefully this podcast will tell you how to use your energies most efficiently and effectively as possible to get what you want out of your degree.